Can we all just get along, Mac B?
And the crazy part is that we can all get along, but really your whole team is already around you. The problem is we like to get around certain things and leave certain people behind too early. Your drunk uncle that know everybody, have him to talk about what you're doing. If what you're doing is great, is we think it is, and I know it is, then somebody in your family is going to want to talk about it. That's what you call word of mouth. Because you already know everybody. Every time you go anywhere, he always dapping everybody up. That same drunk guy, your drunk uncle been drinking with everybody. That's what you need. And then your little nerdy nephew that's always got his face in his phone, ask him if you know how to use Canva. And ask him if you know how to use Facebook. And put him in as your admin on your Facebook page. Now, once you got your drunk uncle and your nerdy nephew, now put them two together, now you have offline and online. Now, it's not paid promotion yet, but you getting there. And your nephew, trust me, they know how to use Canva, all them other things, the cap cut, all that. Ask him to hold the camera while you performing. And then tell him to put the song under it. Give him $20 and help him with his homework, and that's his payment. Now you done put together some promotions and artwork and a promotional video for your project, for what you got coming out. And you didn't even need a record label. You just needed the people who are around you. Now everybody doesn't have a nephew that knows how to use Canva, but everybody has a drunk uncle. Mac Beast, the captain, right here with the magic co-host man, EZP on Southern Soul, EZP. And we're here to talk about the last way. There are three main ways that we talked about with Southern Soul people and making it in the industry. The first was jobs, people making it with their own wages. The second and most important of the two was credit. And the third is also very, very important. It's relationships with people. Now, Southern Soul people can be some of the realest artists and listeners you can ever bump into. And that kind of can be a gift and a curse, especially when you get to different levels, when people ain't as real as you, when people just want to be fake. And it's a hard course to navigate when you're dealing with people of a different culture. And when you're doing things and going to a higher level, and you keep going, rising financially and socially with your different status. So I want to talk about one of the most important ways you can make it as an artist, and that is developing and keeping good relationships with the people around you and the people who are on the up and up doing something similar to what you're doing, or even on a whole different level. So the best, easiest thing that you can do is develop a relationship that you have something in common with. Even if somebody's from a different background or different level, the easiest thing you can do is associate yourself with someone who has a similar to or the same amount or even more value than you, just by presenting your own value. That's what relationship is. Relationships is money and value. Nobody being afraid to present their value and show where they at and show what they're doing, and how two people or more, 4 or 5 people, can come together and really make a meal and make something happen. So I want to tell y'all about how I actually use relationships to engineer for several of your favorite artists that you wouldn't even believe in.
I want to hear this.
So what I did was I just popped up in certain rooms and there was a problem and I just came in and solved it. I didn't ask for money up front. I just came in and solved the problem. I remember one time somebody was trying to get a certain sound with something, and I just came in and said, hey man, you need to go, if you're gonna whisper in the mic like that, you might want to come back a little bit because you put too much similar stuff. You know, little small stuff. That's just an example. But you come in solving a problem, and in that way, you become a part of the solution. And then you start doing things and building around that. You start building and you create a relationship with the people in that room. Even if you weren't going in there for money, you're going to end up making money once people know what you do.
Right. That sounds hot. That sounds good. The only issues I've ever seen with Southern Soul artists, performers, and fans is sometimes they have little disputes between one another. And if we can reduce that, then we can start doing our own promotion. I want to put this in the atmosphere because we can actually do it. Doing our own promotion, doing our own production, doing our own administration. All we have to do is put a pot together and use that pot in a trust account. And we don't need major record companies because we can put all of our resources together with certain leadership and accountability in the trust and do our own costs. So I want to throw that out in the atmosphere. If we could just get along, can we all just get along, MacBeats?
And the crazy part is that we can all get along, but really your whole team is already around you. The problem is we like to get around certain things and leave certain people behind too early. Your drunk uncle that know everybody, have him to talk about what you're doing. If what you're doing is great, is we think it is, and I know it is, then somebody in your family is going to want to talk about it. That's what you call word of mouth. Because you already know everybody. Every time you go anywhere, he always dapping everybody up. That same drunk guy, your drunk uncle been drinking with everybody. That's what you need. And then your little nerdy nephew that's always got his face in his phone, ask him if he know how to use Canva. And ask him if he know how to use Facebook, and put him in as your admin on your Facebook page. Now, once you got your drunk uncle and your nerdy nephew, now put them two together. Now you have offline and online. Now it's not paid promotion yet, but you getting there. And your nephew, trust me, they know how to use Canva, all them other things, the cap cut, all that. Ask him to hold the camera while you performing, and then tell him to put the song under it. Give him $20 and help him with his homework, and that's his payment. Now you done put together some promotions and artwork and a promotional video for your project, for what you got coming out. And you didn't even need a record label. You just needed the people who are around you. Now everybody doesn't have a nephew that knows how to use Canva, but everybody has a drunk uncle. And if you don't have a drunk uncle, then you probably more well off than you realize. Right.
Just move.
Right. If you don't have a drunk uncle, make one. Get some brown liquor and make something happen.
Truly brown liquor, because that is the mode of operation in Southern Soul. It's got to be brown liquor, not the white liquor. Brown liquor.
Right. It's a band called the Brown Liquor Band. They play good music.
That's right. Marcella Jones and the Brown.
I like their music.
Right.
I wonder if she makes everybody get drunk before they get started.
The lingerie ain't cheap.
And neither is she.
You're right. That's right. She's a reasonably priced to see her show. All kidding aside.
Okay, I was like, where are we going with this? What kind of prices have you paid?
Right. That's your price.
All right, good.
Yeah, with special shout out to her, man. Special shout out to Sky Wiley too, who's doing outstanding in all of his relationships, as well as OC Soul and the Soul Patrol. And so it's good to get those shout outs in and get these relationships. And with Reggie Boone coming up, they're gonna do a show on the 16th of December coming up, and also Lattimore, and it's gonna be a lot of performance. So I'm gonna be pumping that up and talking that up next week.
Yep. And sometimes maintaining relationships can be just that easy. It can be just as easy as what's already natural to you. And it can be, you can build a team off of the people that are around you. But don't forget to make sure you offer them some value too. Now, if you got a drunk uncle and he's already drunk, that don't mean you can't add to what's flowing in there. Make sure you got a bottle wait. And for your nephew, you might need, depending on how old he is, you might need to do something for him. He might need a ride somewhere. You know, they all got these Uber accounts, so he might need to go somewhere. You might need to run him up to the store or something.
So what do you think we could do to get along better? So that scenario I just painted for us doing our own promotion, doing our own marketing, doing our own production costs, we put up money in the pot, and we all benefit from it. We blow one person up per month. So
think about everybody. Everybody that's involved, we have to make sure that we see the value in everybody. Now, we had a lot of fun talking about the drunk uncle and the nephew just facing his phone all the time. But we have to see value in what everybody already has. Instead of just like, oh man, I ain't got time for his foolishness today. Oh man, we don't never know what's going on with him because he always got his head in those in his phone or in his video game or anything. You can tell him to put your music on his video while he's playing a video game. And if he does a video of that, then your music is going on YouTube. And it's not your channel, it's his channel. So it's value everywhere. Don't think that it's just in something that these record companies have, and just because somebody has 100 million likes, that's the only type of value you can get. Now, if you're just starting out, or if you've just been doing it for a minute, use the value around you.
I like that. I like that approach, and I think we need different approaches so we can collectively get together and do some things, because there's a mighty network of AM and FM radio stations, 2,000 AM and FM radio stations. However, there's 4,000 or 5,000 internet radio stations, and the internet network could be more powerful than actually the terrestrial radio, and a record could be made in the internet radio. So I see that vision for it to happen in a collective way, man.
Definitely. And really, the artists, the creatives of the time of an era always set the trend. So everybody's always chasing after what you are doing, not the other way around. You don't chase them, they chase you.
I love it. I just think we should collectively get together and don't backbite, don't hate, motivate. Let's stop being small and petty as much as we can. 'Cause I know performers are particular. They're particular human beings. They're very eccentric. Things happen. I understand. But for the most part, for the sake of us blowing up your record and blowing up everybody else's record, let's come together, get along. I'm going to put the proposal out there so everybody can see it. Get in a pool so we can all blow up. Take our turns month after month after month.
Right. They won't be able to stop that.
It really won't. And then introducing on the blockchain. For those of you who are not familiar with the blockchain is a private chain of internet that you can sell your music on. And it would be a decentralized activity, meaning you could be in control of all of it. A blockchain selling your music, and then the pool, Southern Soul pool of promotion, marketing, and sales to help you blow up nationwide, worldwide. Right?
Definitely. So if you know your folks and you want them to start moving, stick some value out there. Learn how to use this social media to your own advantage. Don't wait for 1 million likes to do something. And while y'all at it, jab that like button, karate kick that subscribe button, smash that bell, and drop a comment and let me know how you add value to your squad. We out.
Love y'all. See you on the radio. Can we all just get along? ECP, Southern Soul, ATLFM.com. Be sure and tune in on the radio to hear the best Southern Soul music ever.